Hey everyone, I'm Jim. This is Katie and David. We're here to talk about the EB-5 Investor Visa Program, a hot topic in the world of U.S. immigration right now.
The EB-5 program, it does have a lot of misinformation, so we're happy to clarify things today. Whether you're looking to just get more information or already have an investment opportunity in mind, our goal is to provide a clearer picture.
Our purpose is to provide you with information as to the benefits, the risk, and what's involved in making an investment into one of these EB-5 programs. We want to empower you so you have an informed decision to take your future forward.
All right, well, let's start with the basics. For those who might be hearing about the EB-5 for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. It's essentially currently a fast track for getting a green card in the US. You make an investment, and through your investment, create at least 10 jobs for US workers, and you and your family get to permanently live in the US at the end of the day.
Sounds like a great option, but it's not just throwing money at the problem, right?
That's correct. It is a significant investment and it does require a thoughtful approach, but for the right person, it is a great opportunity.
So let's talk benefits. What makes the EB-5 stand out from other US visas?
I think it's really the freedom and the flexibility that it offers individuals, whereas if you go through the normal green card process of sponsorship, you're tied to a company and that could be for a long time. This allows you to really set your own path forward with respect to your life in the US. It gives you access, along with your spouse and your minor children, to amazing benefits, the opportunity for the kids to go to top-notch school, get amazing health benefits, and just gives you the opportunity to live your dream the way you want to do it.
That seems like quite a new opportunity for your family, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, this really gives you flexibility. You're not tied to living in any specific city or location. If you want to live in New York, you can do so. If you want to live in LA or California, Texas, Florida, it really doesn't depend on where your position is, because the EB-5 investment doesn't tie you to the actual location of that property.
Is there a pathway to citizenship with it?
Absolutely. Once you have had your green card for 5 years, you're eligible to apply for citizenship. There are certain concerns that we'll need to discuss, but as long as you meet the 5 years as a permanent resident, you should be eligible.
That's great. Okay, for those who are listening, might be interested, how do you qualify for an EB-5?
That's a good question. There are a couple underlying requirements, one of which is they have to make an investment. The investment amount is typically a little over $1 million, but depending on if the area is in a high unemployment area, rural area, the investment can be reduced to $800,000. It's not just an investment, you also have to show that you've created at least 10 full-time jobs for US workers. So it's, and that's it. There aren't specific educational requirements. There's no language requirements. You don't typically require a US employer to sponsor you, and it's irrespective of the individual's nationality.
So it gives you a lot of freedom to do what you need to do without having to be tied to anybody.
That's correct, yeah. As long as, I think it is one of the more accessible visa options that are available currently.
All right, David, let's talk about the flip side. What are the risks with the EB-5 program?
So it's good that you brought that up, Jim, because there definitely are risks to the EB-5 program. Your money is never guaranteed, it's not insured, and you are going to be making a significant investment, either $800,000 or just over $1 million in a project that it could be 5 years or more before you're able to get that money back from the regional center project that you've invested in. So it's important that you're aware of what you're getting yourself into. Do your homework, do your due diligence. If you need to hire a forensic accountant, you also want to be very assured that you're dealing with a conservative project that's managed by professionals that have been in this business in the long run, not just a fly-by-night company that's been just newly formed.
So it's important to be strategic and do your due diligence, huh?
Absolutely. Without you doing your due diligence, you might as well just throw your money away.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to ask you about some common misconceptions about the EB-5. What are common things you hear people say that aren't exactly accurate?
I think one of the common misconceptions is that the individual needs to be in the US to apply. That's not the case. You could have essentially anyone apply anywhere in the US, so they don't have to live in the US to apply. And then, secondly, there's a misconception that the individuals can guarantee to have their money back. So that's actually not permissible under the program. There cannot be a guarantee that the individual gets their money back. It has to be at risk. So I think it just comes down to just doing your own due diligence on the project and making sure that you're making an informed decision as well.
Oh, it sounds like it's all about just being strategic, well-informed, and doing that due diligence.
That's correct. I think it's important to take the time to understand what you're making your investment into.
All right, to wrap things up, can you share your favorite success story of with an EB-5 investor?
Absolutely. So I have a client that he was able to secure a green card based upon an EB-5 investment about close to 20 years ago. He had invested in a hotel business and he ran and hired US workers to be in that business. He got his green card through that program. He became a US citizen. He's actually grown that business where he now has 2 hotels in the United States. He's also looking to invest in other properties in the United States, again in the hotel industry. And it's just been a fantastic story about somebody's opportunity that has arisen because of his EB-5 visa case.
Oh, that's great. That's really inspiring.
Yeah, absolutely.